Hey all, welcome to the part 2 of the premium format favorite collection. We're going to descend here. We're in the house now. We're going to descend down into the basement. You notice I have movie posters all the way down on both sides. Sometime you can ask me about my movie poster collecting, which there's plenty of that too. Don't do that anymore, but I did that a lot for a while. So let's descend down here into the basement. And let's see what do we got. First we come in and we're in the library. Sounds fancy, doesn't it? Just means I got a lot of books in here. I also have a lot of Blu-rays and DVDs. And across these shelves, we also have a number of prop replicas, which I will do a favorite collection video on eventually. So we'll come on over here into the bar area. And in the bar is where we've got another 38 statues and figures in the quarter scale that I'm going to talk about. First one is actually Hot Toys. Yeah, I know we said Sideshow, but this is one of the Hot Toys quarter scale. This is their Boba Fett. I think he's way better than the Boba Fett premium format that you saw that I have out in the barn. So this is included in this collection. You'll see a few more of the quarter scales from Hot Toys as we have this conversation. Right above him is one of 3 of the life-size busts I have. This one is particularly cool. I was a little worried when I bought it. He was not cheap. Just flip the switch here. Notice how the eyes get brighter as it goes along. And then, of course, yeah, he's alive. So, at first, when I first bought that, it was really expensive, but they only did 100 of them in the black and white. I'm really glad I picked him up now, as you can imagine. Here's 2 more of the Lord of the Rings. These are both the Sideshow premium formats again. Gandalf on the right. He lights up, at least the top of his staff does. And the Uruk-hai to the left, that'd be Lurtz. It's that big, heavy figure. And like most of the time, they had swappable hands again. You know that Sideshow was big on that with all of these. This shelf is an excellent example of why I used to love these premium format figures. You get such a variety. Here we have Jack Sparrow in an iconic, cool pose. You have the excellent Spike. This was the best one, at least likeness-wise, they did for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You have a terrific John Wayne in his older days from Rooster Cogburn. And then here we have the black and white creature from the Black Lagoon. Remember I mentioned when we were in part 1, you saw the color version of this out in the Institute. Here we have the black and white version. They only did 100 in black and white. So as you can imagine, they're a little tough to come by now. Here we have Pinhead down below. I do like my horror figures. And the premium formats that Sideshow have done in the horror line have all been great. Another one of the full-scale 1-to-1 busts, Darth Vader. And I had mentioned the RoboCop that was the Sideshow premium format that was out in the barn. It's a great premium format statue, but this is the Pop Culture Shock statue that they did in quarter scale that I thought was even better. And so he ended up down here in the bar area. Up over on this side, a couple more of the Lord of the Rings. You can tell I really did like their Lord of the Rings and Star Wars premium format figures. Here we have Aragorn and another Uruk-hai, this time the Berserker, holding a head of a less fortunate individual. Again, that Uruk-hai is one heck of a heavy, big statue. Down here we have Hellboy sitting in the corner, crouched in the corner. And they did some cartoons and villains for Disney. We have Maleficent here. Terrific. Hook is fantastic, and he came with the crocodile. And, of course, the evil queen from Sleeping Beauty. In between there, we have another one of the Hot Toys quarter scale. That's his Iron Man, of course. Come on over this side, and we got another Sideshow premium format Terminator. This is much better than the one I have out in the Institute. Really well done this time. They tended to get better as they went along. And Hot Toys did this great quarter scale endoskeleton, largely die cast, and is a really well done, nice match to your other quarter scale Terminator figures. Here in the corner, for you Universal Monster fans, you saw the black and white creature. They also did the mummy in black and white. Inside that sarcophagus is the fully sculpted mummy laying. And they only did 50 of this one. If you thought the 100 that they did of the creature was a small number. There we have the Iron Man 1-to-1 bust. I'll be doing a video, like I said, of the various prop replicas too. That'll be a whole different favorite collection. Here we have Jason from Freddy vs. Jason. Yeah, that's poor Freddy in his hand. And up above him, we've got Darth Talon on the far right. That was a unique choice for them. In the middle of Nosferatu, one of their very first premium format figures. This is on the soft body before they started doing the poly resin bodies. And the terrific slave, Leia. Over behind the bar, see, so here we are, this is the bar. Ta-ta-ta-ta. And over behind the bar, we have two more. Rocketeer is on the right. See if we can zoom in on him. Rocketeer on the right. Dr. Zaius on the left, holding the doll. We don't get enough Planet of the Apes and certainly not enough Rocketeer stuff these days. Let's finish up over on this wall. Remember I said you did plenty of Universal Monsters. Here we have the Frankenstein, that was the soft body. Then the Dracula, Phantom of the Opera, London After Midnight, and the Wolfman. By the time we get to the Wolfman, they were fully poly resin bodies. Next up, we have the three Indiana Jones. I did show you one of these out in the barn. We had the one without the hat. Here he is wearing the hat. You also have the two from Temple of Doom that Sideshow did. The Temple of Doom Indy is one of the nicest Temple of Doom Indies we've gotten. On the last shelf over here, we got some. First one is actually Enterbay. Remember, they did a series of quarter scale figures as well. And this is their Joker from Dark Knight, and then the Hot Toys Christian Bale Batman is next to him. This Freddy is the Sideshow Premium format Freddy that goes with the Jason and the Freddy vs. Jason. Here's our last Star Wars entry as Yoda kills off this poor clone trooper. That's another one of the light up ones that looks pretty cool. And we finish off with the terrific Batman coming down the stairs of the Batcave. So there you have 38 more quarter scale figures. Let me know if you have any favorites in your collection. And until Friday when we do another acquisition report, have a great week.